السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا مرحبا. Welcome guys. My name is Jakat Zaman. Back after a long break for the Friday chit chat that we do. So I hope you guys are all enjoying yourselves. I hope you guys had a fantastic Ramadan and enjoyed yourselves. So I'm going to tell you guys about my trip to Palestine, inshallah. Oh, that's kind of trip to Palestine. But before I do that, I hope all of you guys have been waiting for my videos. Inshallah, the videos are going to start again from Monday, hopefully, and I'll be as usual. As you guys know, Mondays we have uh, Quran, learning how to do the Quran, and many of you guys have given lots and lots of nice feedback about that course. MashaAllah, so many people of different ages and backgrounds have contacted me and told me how that course has benefited them. Some of you guys even learned for the first time in your life how to read the Quran this Ramadan. So that was something really, touching for me, and it was something which made it all worthwhile. And also, Tuesday we have Hadith or sometimes Sarf. Wednesday we have the Diwan of Shafi, which is almost coming to an end, and we're going to be starting the Diwan of Ali radiallahu anhu. And then Thursday we're going to have Quduri, and Friday is going to be normal. This and we're going to have Arabic podcasts. So some of you guys have shown a lot of interest in the Arabic podcast over Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. And I do really want to kind of vamp up the Arabic podcasts, try to get more people, and maybe even get people to try and do it themselves as well. So like present, so I can just sit back and other people present. It gives them more confidence in speaking Arabic as well. Saturday's live stream as usual. Now we didn't get to finish the Surah Al-Hujurat. We only did 2 sessions of it. So hopefully I'm going to plan it out so that we can also complete the Surah Hujurat as well. Anyway, today I've got my summer clothes on, yellow. Yeah, this kind of like yellowish, off-white, yellowish, well, not yellowish, kind of like, well, I don't know if you can see here. It's a bit peach color. Yeah, but I don't know, the lighting has made it look a bit yellow. Right, so assalamu alaikum. S. Hussein, ahla wa sahlan wa alaikum assalam. I'm very well, thank you very much. I hope you guys had a wonderful Eid as well and a wonderful time on your holiday as well. Siraj Akbar is wiping the face after dua bid'ah. No, it's not. Adil Iqbal, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan. Adil, I hope you're well. I saw you yesterday pulling out in your beamer, bro. MashaAllah. Bright Star, assalamu alaikum. I am in a non-Muslim university and no practicing Muslims around me, and I'm living with a Hindu roommate. I noticed that my iman is being affected by the surroundings. Please advise. I would just say, look, stick to your 5 times salat. Make sure you read Quran every day, and make sure you try to have contact with some Muslims somewhere around the world, right? So like online, or if you can physically meet up with them regularly, once a week, a few times a week would be very good. So keep that connection. That's the main thing. You have to remember, you have to ask yourself about your faith. Why are you Muslim for? What's giving you sort of your strength in your iman, and focus on those. Omar, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan wa sahlan. Fresh Prince, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. ذهبت إلى فلسطين. I'll be well. Alhamdulillah, Umar. I'm very good. Thank you very much. Umran Ali, assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. كيف حال? Eid Mubarak. Belated Eid Mubarak to you as well. أين ذهب 2.0 2.0 ذهب. نعم ممكن لا ترونه إلا في شهر رمضان. Darshan, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, Darshan. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a wonderful time and had a good Ramadan and a Eid. What's the difference between the Arabic words Sawm and Siyam? The same, really. Yeah, they're both masters. Yeah. I know both are masters, so can we use both? Yes. So you can't use as plural, no. Yeah. No. Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. Muhammad Prairie. Long time no live stream. Yes, long time no live stream, my brother. But we're back. That's the main thing. The main thing is we are back. We are good. Now, have you guys noticed my hair has gone short? Yeah, my hair has gone short. And basically, what happened was before I was going to Palestine, I decided to have a little trim on my hair. And I thought, you know what, I'll go to the barbers and get nice. So I told the barber, I said, look, cut the hair to my ears. Now, this guy's a non Muslim. He probably didn't understand. And he's gone and he's kind of like started to cut, and I realized that he's cut too much. And I just said, you know what, you can't, you can't reverse, you can't reverse what he's done. So I just said, oh, go on then. So that, in short, that's the short story of what happened to my hair. Uh, if I join Jamaat and I'm the only one in the Saf, is the prayer valid? Yes, the prayer is valid. Salam Ustaz, tea and scone with clotted cream. Well, I've got tea here, guys, but I do not have any clotted cream, nor do I have any scones at home. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Ameen. Saifuddin, Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair. Ameen. May Allah protect you as well. Muhammad Fahim, what is the jarahatun fi ras? Is it a wound, and is there a passage for ointment? Yeah, so a jaraha in the head is basically where you have a gash in your head, a large wound where it exposes the inside of your skull. Yeah, that's generally, they call it an ammatun usually. They call it amma. Yeah, ammatun. It goes directly to the. They used to believe in the past that cutting your head goes directly to the brain, but nowadays we understand there's more to that. It's not just a cut; it's actually a deep wound. And the same with the stomach wound as well. Yeah, the wound that goes into the jof. So they're talking about something which goes actually into the jof. I was in Ireland for a month. Ahlan wa sahlan. I hope Ireland was good with you. I hope leprechauns, you didn't meet any leprechauns. Haven't yet summarized that video I had sent you in Ramadan. We'll try. Don't worry, bro. Procrastinate, bro. Ana Sultan, Pakistan جديد. أنت سلطان؟ أنت ملك سلطان، لا ملك باكستان. أهلا وسهلا. What is Zamzam water? Zamzam water is water that's from a well that's found in Mecca. So in Mecca, there's a specific well, and that well provides water, and that water is called Zamzam. It's a very nice water drink. Amina alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan. Everyone else, Marak, I had a quick question on behalf of a friend. She's a teacher and wanted to ask if she can attend annual staff dinner where there will be alcohol and mixed gathering. So I would say this, look, I don't know the situation, exact situation. Does she have to go? Does she not have to go? But she should tell them, look, I do not drink alcohol, and try to keep it in such a way that there is no sort of like things going on which are contrary to the teachings of Islam around her. Yeah, like hugging and dancing and things like that. That she's trying to avoid. If she can just eat and go, that would be the best thing. And if she has to go, that is. So I would say you ask her, you speak to her, see her situation, because I know sometimes if they don't go to these kind of events, then it has an impact on the relationship at work as well. So keep it bare minimum, I would say. But again, I don't know the whole situation, so I don't feel comfortable in answering it fully. You leave it to her. Haircut is like speech, cannot be taken back. Allah, Imran, kya baat hai yaar? Yeah, you already become mutanabbi. So what is the plural of Sawm? Siyam. The plural of Sawm. They don't, because it's a master. You don't have a jama for masters. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me just have a little. Put that in my head now, so I need to check. Look what the dictionary says. So, الضرب صيام سواك إني نذرت للرحمن صوما قال الصيام صومهم صدور صومهم صومان أي صيام. Yeah, they don't mention any jama for it. It's mustard, isn't it? Mustard don't have jamas. Let's see if this mentions anything. So So, Detention. Yeah, no, they don't mention the Jama because it's an action itself. Yeah. Okay, so Jazakallah khair with this up. How was your Eid? What do you do for Eid? It was very good, mashallah. So we had Eid outdoors this year because the weather was very nice. And then after the whole like Eid salat and getting together and then having the after Eid we have like halwa. So there's like a gazebo, and then in there they have tea and halwa, and then people come and they have tea and the halwa, meet everyone, and then after that go to visit my parents, and then I go to visit my grandparents or grandma, she's alive, and uncles and aunties, and then go to visit friends. And by the time it kind of all finishes, I'm exhausted and full. Go home, have a nap, eat nap, and then maybe in the evening meet someone. Maybe next day meet as well. Yeah, that's what usually happens. I don't know. I don't know what happens in your culture or in your sort of family. Why do some qadis place their hands to their ears when reciting? So I think they do it so like the sound they can raise their voice without hurting their ears. Yeah, a bit like what the muazzin does. I don't know. I think I'm just guessing. I think that's what the most reasonable answer would be. So what you mean, Sheikh? Can you tell us what happened in Palestine? Okay, yeah. So basically, what happened? Let me tell you. So I went to Palestine. I was supposed to go there for 10 days. So I traveled there. I went the airplane, which traveled from Luton Airport. There's a whole group of us, and we got there. So we went to Tel Aviv. So the flight was at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15 in the morning. It was fasting as well, and we landed there local time. According to local time, it was two o'clock. Right, so it's like 2 hours ahead. It takes about 5 hours to get there. So got there, got to the airport, and then they just made us wait for a very long time. So from 2 o'clock to 2:15, all the way, we waited and then waited. They just do that with Muslims, right? They make them wait to one side. So most of the people had to wait. And there was like several groups there that had come to visit Palestine. And then my group, nearly everyone got through. And I was just waiting there. Another group came as well. Eventually, they called me in, they interviewed me, they checked my phone, they checked all the numbers, checked my pictures, they checked emails, they checked Google, all my searches, everything. And then they like randomly just ask, who's this person? What's this? What's this you've been reading? What's that? Eventually, they said, okay, you can go out. They are a bit harsh when they do the interviews. They're quite harsh. They ask very silly questions like, uh, some ISIS members. And I was thinking, who are they? And criminals, this, that. Tell me who they are. Tell us their name. What are they doing? So I was saying to them, I don't know anything. Yeah, you tell me. Eventually, right. So I left the interview room, and then they just about half an hour later or so, they came and said, right, you're going back home. So I said, fine, that's it. So I contacted the group. I told the group, look, I won't be able to come. Send me back home. So then they sent us to. So there's like different like. I think I was the only Muslim there. Then there was like other non-Muslims who were sent back home as well. Yeah, like Eastern Europeans. So sent us to this waiting room. It's dirty waiting room, nasty. And we were just sitting there. They had these kind of like. Those of you guys who have been there have these like baguettes, nasty. Oh, so disgusting baguettes they have there. And I was like really hungry, so I just ate it because I hadn't eaten. I just broke my fast in the airport, and then I didn't really have much food, and I was exhausted, tired, really thirsty. Drank lots of water, had that. Then I went to toilet. So when you go toilet, they have to take you to the toilet. It's weird. Went to the toilet, did go toilet, did wudu, came back, prayed my isha, and then they called me and said, right, we're taking you. So they took us to um, this detention center. Yeah, and in the detention center, they gave me a cell. So they put me in the cell, and then I was in that cell from about 12:30 midnight, all the way till the next day, 12 o'clock. Yes, about 12 hours or so. I was in the cell, and then over there in the detention center, there was like lots of cells, so lots of people were detained. And then I didn't fast that morning because I missed suhoor. I went to sleep. And then I just thought, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be really thirsty and tired. So I said, you know what, I'll just not fast. So I've got to make one fast up. Then what happened was they came to me and they said to me, right, you're going to, you can go outside for a little walk. So there's like a courtyard where the detainees can walk for a little while, about 15, 20 minutes to stretch their legs, get some sun. So we went outside, had a little walk. It was a dirty place, really dirty and like nasty. And then came back inside, and then they moved me to another cell with other people in there. There was 4 other people in there. So these are Eastern Europeans, and they, I don't know, I couldn't understand them properly, but they were speaking their own language. Um, so everyone's trying to communicate with the guards in English, and the guards hardly know much English. And then I just was there, and then I waited. Eventually, they came for me and said, "Right, your flight's booked. Hey, come on, let's go. We'll take you to the airport." Now, what happened was when I was alone in that cell before, so I was like stressed out now. I'm stressed. I'm thinking to myself, look, 10 days I was supposed to spend in Masjid Aqsa. The group I was supposed to give talks for the group. They're gonna be upset as well. So I was like, kind of all these kind of thoughts are going through my mind. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I went to sleep and I saw a dream. In this dream, I saw this woman was in my dream, right? And like I've never seen this woman before. She looks like she had a simple hairstyle, hair's tied, and she looks very simple. She came and she was serving me. And then someone said her name is Endura. Endura. I don't know. Endura, what that is. Yeah. And I was thinking, Endura, that's a weird name. Sound like some Mexican or Spanish kind of name you'd hear. Endura. Okay, anyway. So she's serving me, giving me things to eat. And then after a while, I go and I'm going to move into this other room. This is my dream. All this happening in my dream. Yeah. Look at this place was all white. And then I see my friend, and his name is Bashir. And then he hugs me, and then he just like kind of smiles at me. And then I see like some other people there as well. Eventually, the dream ends. So when I wake up, I was thinking to myself, what does that dream mean? Like I've never had that kind of a dream. So I realized endure. Oh, endure in English, endure, Endure. Endure means sabr. So I think maybe that's a sign from Allah that don't do some sabr. You're gonna get through this. Yeah. So I said, okay, you know what? That's a good sign from Allah, inshallah. And then Bashir means glad tidings, the one that brings good news. It's called a Bashir. And I thought to myself, you know what? That must be some good news, inshallah, coming. Yeah, some good news. And so what happened basically was that eventually, when I woke up, the guy came to my door and he gave the news that, he was gonna, he got my ticket ready and I was gonna go home. Alhamdulillah, I was really happy at that. So I thought, this is a sign from Allah. Inshallah, everything's going to go well. And everything, alhamdulillah, did go well from then on. I felt more relaxed. Then the 2 guys that actually came for me, turns out they were Muslim, I don't know, so-called Muslim, who were not fasting, who knew Hebrew and a bit of Arabic, slang Arabic. And all on the way, they kept asking me questions and things like, why have you come here? And like, how come you don't go to Haram and this and that? So I was kind of like in 2 minds whether these were real Muslims or just trying to fake it just to get things out of me. And then in the airport, I said, I got to pray. And the one guy goes, okay, come on. I'll take you to this prayer area in the hotel. And in the airport, there's a prayer area designed for Muslims. And I go, yeah, okay, let's take me there. So we went there. I prayed my Zuhur. I prayed my Asr as well. And then we were just waiting for the flight. And then he got me some water as well. And he was eating his McDonald's. Yeah. Eventually, what happened was we just waited for the flight. They took me directly, passed me through all the checks. Yeah, I passed all the lines, all the checks. Now, normally they handcuff a detainee when they deport them. They handcuff them all the way to the plane when they put them in the seat, and then they take the handcuffs off. And that's a bit humiliating as well. But alhamdulillah, they didn't handcuff me. The guy said, look, I'm not going to handcuff you. Right. And I said, Jazakallah khair, thank you. And then eventually got onto the plane, and I got my seat, and then 5-hour journey back. And that's it. So very stressful, alhamdulillah, when I got home, I just had a nice sleep, knocked out. But it was something. And then I thought to myself, look, you know what? Muslims cannot be scared of going to these kind of places. If you're scared of being deported or detained, or you're scared of speaking out the truth, thinking to yourself in the future, you know what? I don't know, should I speak up against the Israeli occupation? Shall I speak up for the Palestinians, in my talk? So if I'm scared of putting that stuff up because I'm scared they're not going to allow me into the country, then what's the point of me studying knowledge, or what's the point of all of this? I just thought to myself, you know what? Just forget that. I'm just going to speak up. And if they kick me out, yeah, let them kick me out. I don't mind. Yeah, what's the most they can do? Yeah, our Palestinian brothers and sisters in Palestine are going through so much for the sake of their, their religion, because they're Arab, because they're Muslims. And Masjid Aqsa continuously, you hear about the attacks, Muslims being attacked, kicked, women being kicked, and men, elderly, being pushed around, and shots in the masjid. So what we go through is nothing compared to what they go through. So I would say, look, definitely Muslims should go to Masjid Aqsa. Make sure you make it your mission to go there. Yeah, just pray there. This is something the Prophet ﷺ also encouraged people to do as well. And it's a kind of way to show the strength of Muslims around the world as well. Yeah, that even though we know we're going to be stopped in the airport for 4 or 5 hours, even though we know there's a possibility of deportation, even though we know our phones are going to get checked out, even though we know all of this, we're still going to do it. Allah is not going to waste your efforts, inshallah. So this is my resolution, inshallah. Yeah, wherever the Muslims are, wherever, we should always try a way of supporting our Muslims, wherever they are, inshallah. And that's it. So I was here, and then I was kind of like tired and coming online because last 10 days. So I thought, last 10 days I'll just spend it focusing on my ibadah, recitation of Quran, and as I usually do in Ramadan. And so I thought, I wasn't going to do any live streams. But now that Ramadan is over, Alhamdulillah, yeah, back to the reality of the dunya. So I thought, you know what, we gotta start this again, inshallah. So Jazakumullah khair for all your support as well, guys. For the channel means a lot to me. And I was thinking to myself when I was there, thinking to myself, you know what, if something was to happen to me, if I was to die, I haven't completed the videos I want to make, because my mission is to complete videos, all of the videos that I can make on learning Arabic from scratch all the way to advanced level, learning hadith from scratch to advanced level, learning fiqh from scratch to advanced level, learning, poetry from scratch to advanced level. All of these kind of things that my aim is ultimately. I haven't achieved that. And I've done I'm 10% of the way there. So, Alhamdulillah, inshallah, Allah's given me a chance again. So I'm going to, inshallah, that's my aim, inshallah. It's going to be to work as hard as I can for this and inspire other people to also start similar initiatives as well, inshallah. And you guys make dua as well for me as well. Right. So that was basically my trip. Yeah, that's my trip. Alhamdulillah. I think it's something important for all of us to take lessons from that. We should never ever think to ourselves that we can't make any impact on anyone. We can make impact. Yeah, we can make impact on our own lives, our families' lives, communities, in a certain way. Allah has put us here for a certain cause, and inshallah, we should try and optimize and take advantage of that as well. Right, Yasin, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan, welcome. Darshan, when all the sunnah prayers are done, I know that there are sunnah units of prayer that can be done before, after your fard prayers, but I don't know when to do them. So what you do is, in my Kuduri videos, I'm actually explained these. Yeah, Kuduri videos, I've actually explained these, so you can check them out, inshallah. It's in the section of the sunnah prayers. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so you're gonna have to send the optional prayers. Yeah, it's called optional prayers, and I've actually talked about this. So you can check that out, inshallah. Optional prayers. Right. Abdurrahman, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan. Alhamdulillah, very good. I'm very good. I hope you're well. I hope your studies are going well as well. Are you still in England? Are you back? Pakistan? If a person makes a vow to Allah to not commit a sin again, and he commits the sin again, must he offer expiation? So how did he make a vow? What was the exact words that he said? Give me the words and I'll tell you. Eidna mustahab. Yes, the Eid. Yeah, Eidnap, isn't it? Eidnap, yeah, that's a good one. السلام عليكم محمد أهلا وسهلا يا أستاذ الكريم، كيف حالك وكيف كان رمضان؟ رمضان كان جميل جدا. وكيف كان رمضان وعيدك؟ Back in Darulum, yeah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. For example, he says, I promise I will put my full effort and not commit. That's not a vow. Yeah, a vow has to be where you swear an oath. Yeah, so you swear an oath. So you have to swear, you have to say Wallahi. If you don't say Wallahi in there, then it's not considered to be a vow. Yeah. Okay. And is that person Ramadan affected by that if a person refrains from a sin in Ramadan? Yeah. So you have to. So basically, a vow is look. There's three things: promise, oath, and a vow. Promise is just you say, "I'm going to do this." Ya Allah, I'm going to do this. That's a promise. If you say Wallahi, I'm going to do this, that's an oath. If you break your oath, you have to either feed 10 people, 10 poor people, clothe 10 poor people, or fast 3 days. And a vow is where you say, if I pass my exam, I'm going to do this. Yeah, if I pass, that's a vow, that is. I'm confused on Sheikh. Mas'ala and masail are both masdar. No, not necessarily. Yeah, mas'ala, so sa'ala yas'alu mas'alatan, that's a masdar. But the mas'ala itself, like if you say this question is a mas'ala, then that's not a masdar. Yeah, so that's different. So like for example, you can have a word daraba yadribu darban. Yeah, so you can say darb is the action, but then you can say darbatun is a type of masdar, but it's a different type of masdar. It's called a masdar fard. Yeah, and that can have a jama. But a normal masdar, like the 7 types of masdars, I've actually explained this in my grammar tarkib grammar course. Yeah, 7 types of masdar. So mas'ala is not that kind of masdar. Masdar is what they call a masdar mimi. Masdar mimis can have jamas. Okay, mashallah, Allah grant you tawfiq and taysir. Ameen. Salam, how are you? What is the meaning of zindiq in istilahi and lughawi sense? So zindiq basically means someone who is out of the fold of Islam. Yeah, heretic, you call him heretic. Yeah. So someone who has like come out with something in Islam that is totally against the teachings. We call that person a zindiq. Most likely fake ones. Sad to hear, yeah, unfortunate, but Allah's test comes in different ways. Yeah, so different people are tested in different ways, and there's always a reason why something happens in your life, even if you can't understand that reason. Scholars are not scholars until they go prison. Alhamdulillah. I didn't go prison. I went to detention center. That's a kind of prison in a cell. So I was locked in a cell. But let me tell you this: I have never felt the dhikr of Allah as powerful as I felt in prison. In the detention center. Yeah. So the dhikr of Allah, trust me, it has a next level. So when you're locked away and you don't know what's going to happen, dhikr of Allah, it actually, like the way I'm thinking about it now, it actually tastes like you can actually taste it. It nourishes your body, like not from hunger, but it nourishes like imagine your heart is empty, you're kind of going through all sorts of emotions. The dhikr of Allah, I used to read the dhikr of Allah, hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. I used to read that a lot. And la ilaha illallah subhanahu inni kuntu min al-zalimin. And these kind of azkar, it just had so much more of an impact on me. Like I've never felt that kind of way doing dhikr just in normal life, because it actually had a meaning and a purpose. Taqabbalallah jihad. Ameen. Jazakallah khair. Eid al-Adha, do you usually eat meat after the prayer? Not in the UK. Yeah, because it's difficult actually to get the meat. So usually eat it later on in the day. Cherry, go back to studying. How many foreigners are Asib Hussein? Wa alaikum assalam. Ahlan wa sahlan, Asib. Adam, how do I learn Arabic with you? Do you teach? No, I don't teach, unfortunately. I don't do live classes. I do have, if you check out my I have a website called uruk.com, which has a course on the Quranic Arabic 17 lessons, which I actually go through all the rules, major rules of Arabic, and you get to learn to read and write Arabic in there. It's £50 for the course. And then I've got other courses, follow-on courses from there as well. But I don't have any live sort of like courses. So the person says, "Oh Allah, I truly promise to not go to this sin." No, that's a promise there. So there's no consequence for that apart from asking Allah forgiveness. Yeah. So I'm interested in Usul Fiqh course, but I don't have the money. Can you do something for me? So email in. See, the problem with this is no offense to anyone. When people contact me and ask for they can't pay for it, a lot of the people they don't do the course. So what happens? They do the one lesson, and my condition is this: that those people who truly honestly can't afford it, right? I say to them, look, give whatever you can, because I know if you give whatever you can, you'll take the course seriously. And then if a person can't pay for anything, and they've spoken to me the situation, and then I'll say to them, okay, I'll give you one lesson. I'll send you one lesson. You have to write up the notes. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, okay. And sometimes they say, no, we don't. I don't want to do that. That shows they're not really interested. That's the thing. So I would say email in Asib, and I or the admin will see your situation, inshallah. How do I learn the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu study Islam, my brother. Study the life of the Prophet sallallahu. So is it a major sin to break vow and must expiation? So it's not a major sin. The major sin would be if you don't make up the expiation afterwards. Yeah. So in effect, kafir is a zindiq. So zindiq, yeah. In effect, zindiq is a kafir, a heretic. Yeah. And it's more to do with the person who actually thinks they're still a Muslim and they're doing something inside of Islam, where a kafir is just like a general umbrella term for anyone who is not a Muslim. May Allah bless you, Sheikh. Would you good to meet up soon? I miss your company. Yeah, I know. Inshallah, Yusuf. This weekend I'm quite busy. Next weekend, I think I'm going to use next weekend as well. Yeah, so contact me inshallah next week sometime. I'll see which weekend I'm. The problem is my whole week is busy, and I only get weekends. So that's the weekends time is a time for me to go, meet family, relatives, and do shopping and things like that. So yeah, I know I miss your company, bro. Yeah. So that was how you and everyone are well. Alhamdulillah, Sufyan. I am very good. Thank you very much, my brother. I actually came to Derby in Ramadan. I did a talk in Masjid Farooq, a zakat talk. And mashallah, it was good. Really nice. Mullah Idris was there. Yeah, alhamdulillah. And there was also another brother Ansar or Ansar. He was there, mashallah. Good company. And I was there till almost about Asr time. Yeah. Can you combine intentions for fasting, like, for example, expiation Shawwal? No. You'll have to do the expiation only. So that was, guys, that was my Ramadan, alhamdulillah. Yeah, and right, back to this now. So the subscribers have reached, guess how much we've reached in the subscriber level. We have reached 86,908. Whoa, 86,908. Now, I thought it would have been higher than that, but sometimes in Ramadan it goes up, sometimes it goes a bit down. So 86,908. And this is saying to me, hopefully the first week of November, I'm going to hit 100,000. So hopefully we want it before that. Yeah. So from now, June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months. Yeah, you got 6 months now, but I want it to be before that. Inshallah, we hit 100,000. Inshallah ta'ala. Yeah, because when you get more subscribers, what happens is the algorithms work in such a way on YouTube that they show your videos more to other people. So you get more exposure. People will be able to benefit from the videos more. It's like a weight on the nafs, the pay they commit, and they want to do all they can for it. Yeah. I was away most of Ramadan while traveling up and down country. Yes, Ansar works with me at the council. Oh, yeah. MashaAllah. I'm just a good guy, MashaAllah. A funny guy. He's got a lot to say. And just in case, if someone has to offer 3 days fast for expiation, must they do it immediately or you can do it later? Yeah. Salam, ahla wa sahlan, Hassan. Let's say someone makes the oath specifically. If I do this, I will pay 10,000 charity. Do they have to give the money, or can they still know? They have to give 10,000. Yeah, they have to give 10,000. They can give it over their whole lifetime, but they'll have to give 10,000. Do you know JK Institute in Bradford? Yes, I've heard of it, but I've never been there. Yeah, I've never been there. So I've heard of it. I know some people who have studied there, but I haven't really kind of met. I actually saw Mufti Saiful Islam once in a cafe. I don't want to bother him. He's with his friends, so. But I haven't really kind of been there or anything. Right. So that's it, guys. That was the adventure. That was the adventure of Liaquat in Ramadan. Yeah. So hopefully, inshallah, I actually got my luggage back today. Imagine that. Yeah, I got my luggage back today. So, these people over there, Israelis, the government, they are very heavy-handed and they are very like arrogant in the way they treat you. Like it's as though they look down upon you. And their reign is going to come to an end, inshallah. And when it does, then they'll just be like anyone else, right? And they'll be coming to our countries, inshallah, trying to get in, and then we're going to be putting them into detention centers. What hat do you wear for your turban? So actually, guess what, guys? I actually bought a new hat. I bought two new hats from Shukr. Have you heard of Shukr? So I'll show you guys. This is my hair, guys. This is the new hairstyle. Yeah, my hair is now. It's a bit all funky at the moment to comb properly. Yeah, so it's my hair, and this is the new hat I've got. Yes, this is the new hat. It's actually shukr, and mashallah, this fits me. This is a 59 centimeter hat, 59, a large hat. So if you guys, anyone who wants to buy me hats here, make sure it's minimum 59 centimeters, around, because I've got a big head, and this hat, mashallah, it fits me nice. I like it. Yeah, and the design is quite good as well. So I bought it from Shukr. Yeah, Shukr is actually a company. I think they're based in America, and so if you order stuff from them, it just take like about 3 or 4 days to get to you. Alhamdulillah, service is very good. MashaAllah, the stuff gets to you on time. I actually bought another hat I've got downstairs, and I bought another color of this one, but that was too tight. That was 57. And then what happened was, because I bought it for Palestine, but then I was sent back. Then what happened was, Maji, I gave my hat to Maji. Maji, he liked my hat, so I gave it to him. Yeah, because it fit him as well, and so I bought this new one. So inshallah, might buy some more hats. Yeah, nice fitting ones, so they fit my head. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it looks nice? You like the design of it? Yeah, it's kind of quite it's quite nice. It's got this kind of like double layer. Yeah. Move this up. Were you really busy in Ramadan, like going to different masjids? Not really. I wasn't like really busy in that sense, but I was busy in my own personal ibadat and things. Yeah, alhamdulillah. I did go to a few masjids, do some talks, but in Ramadan, I don't like kind of like giving too many talks. It drains me. So if I give a talk and I get tired, and then I can't really focus in my tarawih properly, but I've been putting up those tarawih reflections, if you saw. So this year, I actually like experienced the Quran in a way that I never experienced it before. Maybe it's because I've reached 40 years old. I'm going to be 40. Islamically, I'm 40, but from a Gregorian calendar, I'm going to be 40 inshallah soon. And so I think like when I listened to the whole Quran, it was like in my mind I was summarizing the whole Quran, all the ayats and the Imam was reading. So that's the benefit of understanding the Quran. You can actually see the Quran, you can see what's happening in the Quran, the stories and the ayats, and then I was like linking it all together in my head, and then like trying to summarize it as much as I could. So it was a really good experience, definitely. Which book would I start with studying the life of the Prophet? I would say a book called there's a book called Muhammad by Martin Lings. Muhammad by Martin Lings. Yeah, check that out. That's a very nice book to read as for a beginner. Salam, is it permissible to say Amin in response to what the Imam is saying during the Jummah khutbah? According to Hanafis, you should say it silently, right, in your mind. Also, many thanks for making how to read the Quran course on your channel for free, and I am learning and making notes. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, you're welcome. You are welcome. May Allah bless you immensely. And this kind of like feedback that you've given, it kind of it motivates me a lot. It makes me feel as though it was worth making all of that, putting all that effort in. Alhamdulillah. So Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Kaz, alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan, Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. Umar, Sheikh praying with Imam with different intention. Sheikh praying with Imam with different intention. I don't understand. Can you elaborate, please? Why you get sent back from Palestine? Yeah, I don't know. I've been 5 times already. So they kind of like, maybe they've checked my social media and all the posts and all the subscribers I have, and they just thought, you know what, this guy's a bit hot, too hot for us. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. They're scared of me. They were saying basically I'm a security threat. So if they're scared of me, then inshallah you'll be okay. So if you haven't really gone that much, you'll be fine. Does qaza hairstyle apply when the sides are not shaved but merely trimmed? No. Is it permissible to pray with the imam with a different intention, i.e. tarawih with the intention of isha? No, you can't do that. Just asking in terms of benefit and knowledge, how do you make your income? Do you make it from your courses? I work. I've got a full-time job. That's my main income. This is what I make on here is a very side income. Yeah, it's a small amount compared to my normal job. Um, so yeah, so my main income is I'm a teacher. I work full time, then day and evening, and this is just a side kind of thing that I do because I take out my time for this. Is a Muslim woman allowed to lead a prayer where there is a very inexperienced Muslim man present? No, a Muslim woman is not allowed to lead. Sugar is pretty expensive, I heard. Yeah, the hat. So this hat actually costs £20, and there's about £4 shipping, so £25 altogether. Yeah, so they're expensive, but I can't find hats for myself. Like seriously, my size head. Yeah, a lot of the hats, unfortunately. I think someone needs to start a hat business purely dedicated just to hats, a company that is makes all types of hats. Yeah, if there is one out there, let me know. But I think people should make like a good quality, different ranges, different prices, like a like Elon Musk kind of like hat business. How is it permissible to get a fade? Yes. How ijaza do you know? How ijaza do you know? So how ijaza? I don't understand. The Imam prayed 3 rakats for Tarawih by mistake. Was it? What is the correct procedure? So the correct procedure is for him to do sajda sahu at the end, or he should repeat the salat again afterwards. Assalamu alaikum waji ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. Does the action of takfiring the Sahaba and saying that they are in hell, astaghfirullah, take one out of the full Islam? Not necessarily. Depends. Yeah, it depends who you say about. So there's a difference of opinion about this issue. So if it's someone who's categorically a Sahabi and a person says, then there is possibility of kufr there, like Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar radiallahu Aisha radiallahu anha. Yeah. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, Mu'adh. Darshan, any book suggestions for new Muslims? What I would suggest is I'm not an expert in giving like references advice to new Muslims. I would say go to IERA, IERA. Type that in IERA, and they have lots of resources and helpful to for non-Muslim for new Muslims. Yeah, so IERA, check them out. Yep, your head is too big. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. So once you look, this is how nicely it fits. It makes me look like kind of professional. Yeah, professional. I just need glasses now. Some glasses to be more professional, like Junaid Jamshed style. The shop next to East London Mosque do shukr hats. I bought one from their size XL. XL. Yeah, I think I might be XL. This hat does fit nicely, but if I have my long hair, I think I'll probably have to be XL. Well, then we both have big heads, my brother. I mean, how many juz paras have you memorized, Musab? I have only memorized I think about 3 or 4. 3 juz. Ratsun Kabir. That's going to be the company name. Ratsun Kabir. Any suggestions for students of knowledge taking the Dars in Islamic course struggling with work-life balance? I studied when I dedicated full time to studying, so I'm not too sure of how people who do it part time. But what I would suggest is try to focus in Dars in Islamic. Try to focus on one book or 2 books. Yeah, more than anything else, try to focus on one book like Bukhari or maybe Tirmidhi, and focus more on there than all the other books. The thing is, I don't know where you're doing the Dars in Islamic, but I think it should be done. Darul Hadith should be done over 2 or 3 years. That's my advice. Regarding the hadith that says du'as can change taqdeer, how would this be explained? So this is like a very big topic. You can ask it tomorrow, inshallah, in the live stream. I'm going to do live tomorrow. I'm doing live stream at 4 o'clock, guys. Okay. From next week, after that, we're going to start back to the normal time. So basically, divine decree is a very complicated thing. There are some types of divine decree which are fixed, which are not going to change, and there's some divine decree which are like changeable. So when you say that du'as affect, we're talking about those divine decrees that are changeable ones. Why do people say fades are haram? Apparently, there's a hadith. There's no hadith about fades being haram. There's a hadith about qaza, and the Hanafi say qaza means you shave your head and you leave the area of 3 fingers on your head. So you shave your whole head and 3 fingers, patch of 3 fingers, you leave that. That's what qaza is according to Hanafis. Do you teach for your job Islamic studies full-time job? Yes, I teach Islamic studies full-time. Alhamdulillah. The Imam realized after the Taraweeh that he prayed 3 rakats, so should he do one more rakat separately to make it even? He could do that, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, he could do that. Okay, 4. Jamiatul Medina course in Rochdale. Okay, mashallah. May Allah put barakah in your studies and your efforts. Anyway, I'm going to finish there, guys. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for turning up today. Hopefully tomorrow, 4 o'clock, remember that, 4 o'clock UK time, we're going to have a live stream. We ask you question and answers. And that's it, guys. So I will see you guys. Thank you very much for turning up. Makes me very happy when I talk to you guys and you guys comment, and you know, it does kind of like bring me joy as well. Alhamdulillah. So may Allah bless all you people, keep you guys safe, keep you guys your faith strong, and hopefully I will see you guys. If there is a man that does not know how to pray and cannot follow the woman's prayer, what should pray on his own? Yeah, the man should pray on his own. Jazakallah khair. Hey, Mu'adh, Amin, ahlan wa sahlan. Thank you for your session. Jazakallah khair. You're welcome. All right, guys, take care. Have a nice one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa